6:14 after an epic day yesterday, 12 hours at least, and we're now going to do our normal drive.
Bin drop.
A bin drop. And so we take stuff around here and then we're on our way towards Murray Bridge, and we're heading to Narrawong. And I don't know what that was, but like everything, I'll check that in a minute. No entry, and unbelievably we have a car there.
We'll just park here.
So we'll park just on the side of the road. The other thing that we have to check very carefully is whether the brakes are working correctly, because I've just readjusted all the brakes, replaced the brake shoes, so we did have quite a problem, and one of the brake magnets died, which is not particularly good. Hey? Okay. Sue wants me to park up here though, so that she can actually walk up to the car. Alright. Okay, so there's no navigation with the Traveller, and so we'll just make that rather large. I don't really need it in regards to a trail or anything like that, due to the fact that tracker, of course,
that's not true lawn there, that's false stuff.
Right. Okay, I'm just going to put my glasses away.
Everything's working in the Alti.
Well, as far as I know.
Fridge.
Fridge is, there it is there, yeah. Fridge is, it says 16, but it's much colder than that. I'm yet to, I have to reroute where I put the sensor. I've got the sensor in the sidewall, and I think that's what's happening. So the world's livening up. We've got the runners along here, and basically this guy's been running for a while.
Normally you'd have the walkers, me.
And then Sue does a walk. And alright, initially one of the we'll be driving into the sun for at least the next hour, if not hour and a half. Although once we get onto the southeastern freeway, we're actually looking south. So Narrawong, it's a little, a big 4 caravan park on a very small island with a river around the outside of it. So the attraction is that we will be able to park up for one place, and I know what that was.
That's probably that toaster.
Oh, that's probably that toaster, definitely. So Narrawong, this looks like me. Whenever something goes wrong with a car, there you are.
You don't kneel up, boy.
No. Well, I might be able to kneel now. Okay, so the Red Arc controller, the TowPro Elite, is is working fine. My first stop in a few minutes because it's going to drive a bit of distraction. So the sound you just heard then was the sandwich maker, and there was one little spot behind my seat, and Sue decided she would put it there.
Well, where else can I put it?
Not there. Okay. Info. Okay. Well. So our ultimate camper is 2004 vintage, and basically 21-year-old. That'd be right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, 21-year-old. Fully kitted out. Has a the electrics have all been redone. It actually has the same wheels as the Y62 Patrol that we drive, and the reason for that is just means I've got two spares of the same type. I'm not actually carrying a spare for one type and a spare for the other. Only ever have one flat tyre, and that was on the back left hand, which is the most common tyre that actually catches a stones or anything like that. So that was a little bit of a nightmare, and we now carry with us at all times a exhaust jack, due to the fact that I had been blissfully carrying a hydraulic jack, and it was 25mm higher than what I could actually fit into underneath the car, which was a bit embarrassing. So there we are on the side of the road. I thought, that's easy, I'll go out there and put the jack on, and that was quite a bit of a disaster. It took us quite a bit to get it sorted. So now the exhaust jack, and would you believe it, since we've done that trip, which is well over a year ago, no more flat tyres, which is quite remarkable. Okay, I'm going to pull it up here and change the position of the set. You can never not fail to enjoy this drive for the next few minutes as we drive from the top of Wollonga Hill right through, and then what we do is cut through Kaipo and come out on the Goolwa Meadows to Goolwa Road, and then we actually cut across towards Strathalbyn. So pretty much we can get to Strathalbyn in under an hour from home that way. Now, we have actually done it the other way, where we actually go on the bitumen the entire way, and that's quite considerably longer. So the Ulti's brakes imploded on the last trip. Essentially, one of the brake magnets, the bracket that actually holds the brake magnet in place, sheared off, and I haven't done any exhaustive research on why it would shear off, but I do know that we ended up with quite tight brakes, and a couple of times out what this noise was. So we were over at Woodnut on the west coast when the first time that happened. We drove around the town and it stopped, and it did not reappear until I did my maintenance of the brakes, and I opened up the brakes and there's the brake magnet resting in between two pieces of metal, keeping it away from the actual brake. But this is beautiful, and I'm expecting something similar as we head towards Narrawong. But we will see. Okay, so road work ahead, 60, and if it's like anything, especially at 20 to 7 in the morning, no one will be doing the thing at the speed that truck was doing. As is normal, we then get a cryptic sign here. You have already passed the roadworks. Father Christmas up ahead. Warning. Ho ho ho. Taking the Christ out of Christmas is absolutely gold. It's everywhere. People go absolutely berserk. I just pulled off the road so that they could actually go straight past. So it has a good guess because I've never gone onto the property. You'd have to say it's at least 100 years old, if not older. And you've got large sheds. Yeah. And one of the yards along here, you've got the farm implements here on the left, and then to the paddock to the left, there's only one implement left. Years ago, there was 10 or 11 of them, all different types, and so we'd hop the fence and take pictures for black and white. Okay, so this is the Goolwa Road, and quite pretty through here. Can catch you, it's very windy. Got some lovely places, a few mines in the area. And so if you're energetic, you can actually go to some of the mines. Or a new house going up over there. It's on the left. Only caught it for a glimpse, but it's quite large. Let's have a look. It is a big place. So they've set it up with a view from both sides and a cutting. You can see just by the quarried stone here that it's just not blank rock. So in the early settler days, there were people doing mining all over scanning to scrap. Okay, so there's our turn on. They don't smell a thing, but it's all behind. And then you're driving along. It could be that truck. Right? It'd definitely be diesel. Smells gone, hasn't it? Yeah. If it's from you. So, we've actually finally worked out the little mouse in the car. On our last trip over west, coming home, we were getting little, what we thought were squeaks, but in actual fact, it's in the Explorer Oz software. And any time you're over the speed limit, it actually gives you a little speed. And we searched everything. I had no idea. So I'll have to read the manual and work out how to turn it off.
Don't turn it off. It's our little cat we take.
Yeah, it's like a little cat, that's what it sounds like. That guy was going to try and pass us back. Right, okay, so over on the left, the turn off the Murray Bridge, which if we were heading to across into Victoria. Basically 17 k's from Port Leonard. 9 or 17 is very hard to read the map. So on we go.
Yeah,
Little cafe, a bit of decoration, Kiki engineering, and I don't know why, but we're now back up to the speed limit again. So we're following this chap, which is quite easy, and there's a bit of area there. It looks like it could be a free car. Let's have this go. There is someone alive in there. Okay. So, lovely picture of the box trailer in front of us. Okay. So we're just leaving Canalba and had our first dose of sugar in the form of a waffle and the biggest lot of ice cream I've seen in probably 2 years, and lovely sunny day, and so our next stop is not really going to be stopping, but we'll be turning right at Keith and then heading towards Watertown, and then eventually going lower and lower as we head towards Portland. So, but yeah, lovely travelling weather. Thankfully, my trailer hubs are working perfectly, or as cool as a cucumber, and the brakes are working, which makes me a happy camper.